Hello there, dear loving soul. Welcome to part 3 of this video series on simplicity, bringing balance in our life. Now, as you will have heard in part 1, if you haven't watched part 1, watch it before you watch this. The link's down below. But this is a topic that is led completely by spirit, and I'm glad that it has been the case. I feel so much more energized to be talking about this without having any particular script, without doing any particular thinking in advance. It was all purely led by spirit, through the cards, through the messages that I'm receiving, and I'm loving it. And I do apologize for running out of time based on the hourglass, but I think it's a biggie given that 2 major arcanas have already fallen out before I started recording and filming this, in order to give me the messages that the spirit wanted me to relay on this subject. And part 3 is all about the messages, some further messages from the spirit and the angels and beautiful Garden Esna and all our ancestors who are wishing to preside over this particular act. I'm just drawn to give this astrological tarot to give us more messages, some more clarifiers, in order to answer the question, the key question of what is it that one can do in order to make your life more simpler and therefore more balanced. So any messages, my friends, we've already shared so much good stuff in parts 1 and parts 2. Please do watch those if you haven't already. I think there's a lot there that you might be able to take away for your benefit and your own advantage, and ultimately for your highest good. Take what resonates with you, my friends, and ultimately listen to your heart. Put your hand on your heart and see what exactly it is that you would be inspired to do, what you would be willing to do. What does practicing love mean for you at this point in your life journey? What does practicing love mean? Comment down below if you're willing to share that with us. How can you think love? How can you speak love? How can you do love more in order to bring more balance into your life, my friends? So we've got 3 cards here from the astrological tarot: air rising, fire rising, interesting, and we've got the Aries. So let's just get air rising. What's all about the air rising? Tell us more. Here we go. This card is best represented by the sun sign Aquarius. So you might be Aquarius, so listen up, or listen up anyway because of this energy. This is the freedom fighter, the reformer who has a plan to make things better. In the traditional tarot, you could link this card to the Knight of Swords, who is also a brave warrior who fights for the causes he believes in and is charged to protect. This card encourages you to challenge injustice wherever you see it and show courage against all odds. The knight is willing to make sacrifices to uphold his principles and fight for justice, fairness, and reform. Change can be brought about, but it will have to be fought for. This card may represent a young person who displays these qualities, or could suggest the time is right for the Quran to personally develop such characteristics. And I love it. So we've had a couple of swords already on the table. This is another kind of representation of a sword. The Knight of Swords after the Page of Swords that we already had at the back of the tarot deck. I love it that this is a freedom fighter, a reformer, somebody who wants to make things better, and perhaps it aligns and confirms with the interpretation of this card earlier today, which is you might be that individual who wants more balance in your life, who wants more freedom, wants to make things more aligned and harmonious with the nature, with the animal kingdom, with the forest, with the trees, and all our beautiful planet Earth. But you feel like, the circumstances thus far in your life, or the people that you are with, just are not quite there at this point in time. Well, this might be the confirmation that you need to hear, which is you're the freedom fighter, you're here, you're a reformer, you can make a plan to make things better, so charge ahead, charge to protect, go on, do whatever it is that you gotta do, practice some more love, and you may find the balance that you crave in your life, and as a result of your actions, you might actually inspire others to follow suit in order to make things better for the collective. And that's air rising. Now we've got the fire rising. Interesting. Fire rising. Here we go. No, it's not this way. I'm going the wrong way. Fire rising. Here we go. Thank you for bearing with me. Fire rising shows a phoenix rising in fiery defiance from the ashes. This card shows a great warrior who loves to take risks and prove themselves worthy. An honorable opponent, they defend the vulnerable and fight for their cause. It can also indicate someone who can be hot-headed and temperamental, a person who may rush to conclusions. The card may describe someone you know who fits these characteristics, or could indicate that you need to develop your warrior-like qualities to defend yourself or your loved ones. The fire rising card often signifies a move to a new home or new direction in life, especially after a difficult ending in one's previous situation. And I really like that, the phoenix rising, right? Going from, moving from the ashes, card of transformation, death, completion, but a new beginning, showing a great warrior, or perhaps that you need to defend yourself or your loved ones, which sort of resonates with this Page of Swords, having that sword at the back, not using it as exactly as a weapon, but having it there as a tool in order to protect, in order to develop, and in order to protect, in order to defend, and in particular says to defend the vulnerable and fight for their cause. Well, your cause might be the vulnerability of the nature, the mother nature, planet, of the animal kingdom, or simply the principle that everyone deserves a balanced life. Everyone deserves to live happily and in harmony and feeling joy and love. And this is what this channel is all about, advocating for universal laws and practicing love, because every single loving soul on this planet and in the universe deserves to feel love and practice love and feel love, get it back. So you might be in that boat yourself, my friends. And the last one here we've got is the Aries card. Now Aries, what do you have to tell us today? So Aries is a passionate, decisive fire sign ruled by action-orientated, take no prisoners, planet Mars. Fire signs are usually forthright, energetic, and creative with an unrivaled lust for life. As the first sign of the zodiac, Aries is a natural leader, a pioneer and go-getter who lets nothing get in their way. They like to be first and they play to win. The appearance of this card indicates the ability to accomplish goals fast, fearlessly, and furiously. But yes, you may run out of steam a little towards the end of more complicated projects. However, the momentum this card gives you is usually powerful enough to cover all the important stuff. Maybe let a more detail-oriented person tie up the loose ends. You're also being advised to consider taking a risk and stepping into the unknown. Action is the way to go at this time. If you're trapped in overthinking things, take one small concrete step and you will find that many avenues open up to you. That's lovely. That's actually a really great message. That last one in particular. Sometimes we can get lost in the plans, the plans, the hopes, the wishes, the strategies. But, this card, Aries, is pretty much saying, take that charge, a new beginning, run with it. You've got, the time is now to take some concrete steps, to take action. And swords, swords, we've gotten a lot of swords here today, is very much an action card, a doing card. So if you resonate with this message from the Spirit about getting a little bit more simplicity in your life, bring more balance, and live more harmoniously with the cycles, with the seasons, with planet Earth, with the animal kingdom, with the flora and fauna, it is time to be that natural leader, be that pioneer, the go-getter, and just go, 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 my friends. Go, go, go. So, I am going to get another card. And the card that I'm going to get is from this Energy and Spirit Oracle. It's the last one for today's video series. And oh boy, it's a good one, isn't it? I genuinely think with all these energies, all these cards, all these messages that have popped through, it just felt powerful. I feel like this is like, I cannot express the gratitude and the soulful appreciation I'm sensing right now for my beautiful angels and archangels and my spirit guides for having led me to discuss this topic today through all the beauty of the oracles and the cards here on the table today, and I hope I did it justice, and that you, my friends, my loving souls, get the benefit of it, and you hear the message that you needed to hear at this point in time. And if so, please send any kind of emoji of a forest, a tree, a plant, any animals that you enjoy, perhaps the divine, or any kind of emojis of like the mood, like feeling balanced, happy, joyful, or a heart emoji, or V for value, just if any of this actually resonated with you. I really like the fact that we've fully been led by the Spirit here today, and I feel it's a bit of a judgment call, God's asking for attention kind of thing, because it's an important subject matter. So I'm just gonna receive the last messages from the Energy and Spirit and Oracle card, please, team, to clarify any of these messages on the subject of how could one make our life more simpler. Simplicity is the key. What is it? Here we go. So this one flipped and this one fell out. So I'm going to do them in order. So let's start with the confusion first, number 13, and then the relaxation card, which is 39. Okay, my friends? Confusion, and we've got lots of pathways. Confusion. The confusion card reveals a time of indecision and unrest. You want to move forward, yet multiple signs point in conflicting directions. There's much to consider, but uncertainty is fragmenting your energy, making you feel agitated or lost. Sometimes many options can cause you to jump in a lot of different directions, starting one thing and going on to another. Yet at the same time, a decision can keep you frozen in uncertainty. Afraid of doing the wrong thing, you do nothing at all. Don't bring an all or nothing attitude to your choices. There is no right or wrong decision, just a new step in your process. So calm your energy and think things through. Trust in the light and resourcefulness of your eternal self. Within that radiant source, all answers appear and clarity is yours. I love that. Be that light post. There's a light post here in between the three paths. So many choices. You might have a lot going on in your life, and you're not sure about how to make your life more simpler, as an example, because perhaps, that analogy about glass bowls, you're not sure in the place, you're not actually quite sure about which ones are so meaningful that you can't let them drop. So tuning into your radiant source, your inner light, your inner self for answers, and trust in what answers come through, and clarity will become yours. And perhaps here's an affirmation that you can, speak some love. Here's an affirmation. I release doubt and the need for certainty. I'm comfortable making choices and taking action. I believe in myself. And that's another little reiteration as to, taking action, which was all about that Aries thing. And I love it that there is no all or nothing. Don't bring an all or nothing attitude. There is no right or wrong decision, just a new step in the process. So if you're thinking of how can you move away from the previous lifestyle into a new lifestyle that's more simple in life, and the answer may lie for you in taking a baby step. One baby step at a time accumulates into a much grander change in your lifestyle down the line. If an image that comes through, if an airplane starts on a particular direction, but if an airplane is starting to journey, even moves like 2 angles of its wheels, then it actually ends up being, and it flies off and takes off, it actually is going to end up in a completely different destination. So sometimes it's just adjusting those couple of degrees in your life, taking that baby step, or readjusting how you do something or how you think about something, just even a tiny little bit. That might be the thing that you ought to do or consider doing in order to bring more balance and simplicity into your life, and ultimately get to the destination that you are seeking, which is having a more fulfilling life that is more balanced and more harmonious. And here's the last message for the day, which is 39, relaxation, peaceful pursuits and happy times. And you've got this lovely, lovely gentleman in a hammock, enjoying himself, taking a nap. He's got a smile on his face and he's got a book in his hands that he must have just taken some time to read. This card is calling you to take a time out. Life may have been very busy for you lately, but now is the time to slow things down a bit. When some free time pops up, instead of adding more things to your to-do list, consider your relaxation options. Listen to music, talk, take a walk in the park, or just snooze in the sun. It will make a world of difference in your personal energy. Another message here is the encouragement to have more fun. Include more socializing in your schedule. Meet with friends that make you laugh. Carve out some time for a vacation. Join a sports team, a dance club, or an art class. Commit to something that makes you happy. When you relax and engage in more joyous activities, you'll open your life to even greater experiences of bliss. And the affirmation here, my friends, is I'm weaving more fun and relaxation into my life. My peaceful pursuits expand my spiritual connections, and I am grateful. I love it. This card has given us a lot of new other ideas, practical tips as to what one can do in order to have more balance in our lives, to have more simplicity, like just taking a walk in the park, snoozing in the sun. You might want to snooze. This guy is snoozing at night, under the night sky, under the moon, listening to music, or reading a book. But sometimes it's doing those little things, simple things perhaps, that make your life more joyous and might make you feel more balanced ultimately in your life. So I'm going to end up right there. I can feel the energy kind of zoom out, like it's releasing, moving on. That I know is for me the end of the video series. Thank you all so much for watching up until this point in time. I really truly hope that this wonderful spirit-led topic on simplicity, bringing balance, is exactly what you needed to hear at this point in time. Please consider subscribing, commenting down below, and if you recall, I did make a commitment to donate 22% of my income as the Loving Soul, aka Victoria, to donations and charitable causes. So you helping me by watching up until this point, liking and sharing this content with others, will definitely boost us all and multiply the love for all. With that, I hope you have a relaxing day ahead, and that might bring in a slice of happiness and joy and love into your life, more simplicity into your life, and ultimately make you feel more balanced, my friends. All the very best. I'll see you in my other videos. See you later, my friends. Bye now.